It's really kind of a difficult thing for an actor to be number one on the call sheet, I would think.
It is.
You have a big responsibility.
You do, but I have to say, I think the most difficult thing about it is that you have to trust not doing too much. Most of the roles that I've played prior to this being my first like leading role in a feature film, I've been sort of a colorful character actor, adding something to the environment. And as number one on the call sheet, I really loved the responsibility of setting the tone culturally because you get to help everyone feel comfortable and they're sort of looking to you to know how we're all acting on set, and that was really nice. But you also, in a way, have to do less because the script is speaking through you and through your perspective, and you're a canvas for the audience to see what they think through your eyes. So it was really interesting.
Yeah, it is an interesting type of film because we've never explored something like this before. We've
Mm.
seen aliens land and all of that, but we have never seen this through the eyes of someone who, really has gone through what your character has gone through.
Mm. Yeah, I love the tenderness of my character's approach to searching for the extraterrestrial. I love that it's all sort of convoluted by her experience as a young person having her first seizure while she's hearing an argument with her family in the background. Like so many traumatic experiences conflate into this one that makes her wonder whether what she saw was real or whether it's a trauma response or whatever. And she spends her life sort of in search of some proof or direction on what to do with all of that trauma. But I gravitated to the story for that reason, for that tenderness, because my strongest like alien reference is probably the movie Spice World when the aliens land and do a concert with them. But the idea of something bigger than you definitely spoke to me in this, and also the idea of being sort of isolated by your own obsession with something and having to learn over the course of the story that there are other people in your story.
Kat, being involved in music, do you hear rhythms and cadences in the roles that you take on as far
Of
as
course.
act?
Yeah. I think that actually, before I ever made music, this is like a little known fact, but I started as a spoken word poet. So, writing and rhythm in writing is the most exciting thing to me about acting. And they're very rarely in like TV acting do you get that kind of writing that has an inherent rhythm to it where you like really feel the arc of an emotion in a scene. And this script definitely had that in the subtlety of the storytelling and the way that it doesn't really push the emotional truths into your face. It really like lets the story of what these characters are going through breathe. And you get to come to your own conclusions through some really
Talk,
sensitive
talk to me a
circumstances.
little bit about your cast because wow, again, what a great group of people to work with.
Truly immaculate, perfect cast. Couldn't like not a bad thing to say about anyone. I learned so much watching these people act. Yeah, McCabe was incredible as my brother. He brought up so much for me that was similar to what my own little brother brings up for me, and we just like immediately dove into that chemistry. And then Connor, who played my little alien boyfriend, was iconic. And I have played roles like this where you're sort of the like unpopular, um, really imperfect character in the story, and it takes a lot of empathy to play that character without judgment. And he did such a wonderful job of reflecting our most judgmental thoughts back to us, and giving us someone to sort of hate for that. But he played it so beautifully nuanced as well. So, and then Eddie, can't say enough about Eddie.
Yeah, I mean they're amazing. Does that make you want to step behind the camera and direct?
It does. I actually directed my last music video, which I treated more like a film. It's
Mhm.
the last two. I directed one called Dancer and also choreographed that and stuff. And it was very informed by my experience in Star People because I sort of broke the trope of like beautiful pop star sings a song and like made the movie I wanted to make for the song. Um, and I definitely want to direct more narrative, and I'm starting to write now. And I think this was a important catalyst for me to jump over just being these character actors that I was being and to live inside the story a little bit more
Mhm.
as like the grounded human that I am. So, yeah, it's been really inspiring for me to play in all angles of this medium.
When people meet you, are they taken back by the fact that you're just a regular person?
I don't know. It depends on how I am when they meet me, to be honest. A lot of times people do say that I'm shorter than they thought I was,
Wow.
which I feel like is a way of saying, I'm surprised you're so normal.
I have no idea what that could actually mean. Uh, and again, I open this by saying this: you're an incredible actor. I mean, you really do understand the words on the page, and that's not always easy.
Thank you. That means the world to me to hear it because I definitely am like a dancer who weaseled my way into singing and acting by being willing to be like these very gigantic caricatures. And this was the first time that I got to really just trust the words and be the words. And it was a life-changing experience for me to be trusted with this role.
I think singing is a lot like acting in a way because if you're performing in front of live audiences, I was going to say audiences, I don't know why.
Audiences, if you're
Oh
performing in front
yeah,
of live audiences.
yeah. So we're talking to New Jersey people. Uh, you've got to sing that song every time, like it's the first time you've ever sang it, and I think there's a lot of acting involved in that.
Yeah, I mean, you do both things by believing in the story that you're telling. And for me, definitely that's where singing comes from. Like, I'm not a highly trained singer or actor. That's why my latest song is called Dancer, because that's the thing that I spent the most of my life training for. But I think the thing that's carried me so successfully through both of these other mediums is the fact that I believe in the story I'm telling, and people are nearly desperate to be spoken to from the heart. And I think that's what this film does in a way that is unprecedented for an indie sci-fi. And I think that like the way that the writing and the direction really trusts us to just be humans who are empathizing with you through a story that's larger than life is really magical.
Yeah, I love the subtlety in this film because it
Mhm.
speaks louder than something that's just, super, how can I put it, special effects and all of that. This is such a wonderful statement.
Yeah, and I feel like we're really craving that right now with the succession of AI and everything and all these things that make us question what's real. It's really nice to just be grounded with humans and their performances. That's what I'm craving in art, at least, is just like confidence in what's real.
As we wrap up our interview, and thank you so much for your time. I know how busy you are. What do you think audiences will finally take away with them once they watch Star People?
I think once you get to watch this movie, you're just going to be awash in this gorgeous, expansive imagery that gives you the space to see yourself in the story that is ultimately about people finding what they need in each other more than they possibly can in what is beyond. It's a question of faith, it's a question of what's magical, it's a question of what we really need as humans on the way to finding ourselves.
Well, I thank you so much. That's just a wonderful statement right there, and you're so nice to talk to.
So are you. It was an absolute pleasure, and I love all these awards. You're very intimidating. My
Ah,
God.
you're a
Send me
lot
one of
shorter
those.
than I thought.
That's what people say. They tend to say that.
Well, congratulations. I want to talk to you on every movie you ever do because
Sounds good, Tony.
you're you're
Just
my
bring
new
me.
best friend. What can I say?
Can't wait.
Come to Salt Lake and I'll buy you bad coffee.
I would love it.
Okay. You take care, Kat.
You too. Bye, Tony.